guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another empties video. Now a lot of these empties that you're like, when you're seeing this, it's been a while since I've emptied them. Like, some of them I'm not completely forgotten, but I have kind of forgotten some of the things about the products, but I will still give you a good idea as to what my final thoughts are on them. Pretty much none of these products I see myself repurchasing for one reason or another, which I will share with you. For the most part, there are other products that I prefer better. Like, some of these I don't really like, to be very honest, and I just use them for the most part just because I wanted to use them. Some of them I did like, but I didn't love them to the point where I feel like they're absolute staple essentials and I need to repurchase them. But some of them I might repurchase in specific situations. So just I wanted to mention that as well. So now let's get started. I don't have as many products as I usually have, so hopefully this empties video is slightly shorter than my other ones. That's probably not gonna happen, but let's put that out in the universe and hopefully it comes true. So let's dive right into it and let's start and talk about some of these empties. First, I have two nail polish removers in different formats. I have a bottle of acetone, which I used up, and then I also have this right here, which is like a dip and twist nail paint remover. So like, you dip your finger into it and then you go around, and then once you take your finger out, the nail polish is gone for the most part. This one I actually did really like. I think it did a pretty good job at removing the nail paint. This one is by Blue Heaven. It's called the Dip and Twist Nail Paint Remover. Yeah, it also says 1 second nail polish remover. I would not say 1 second, but I would say that if you like dip in your finger and go around 1 or 2 times, then it will do a pretty good job at removing all of the makeup. I think it's great to have on the go, and the main reason I bought this one, and I also bought another one from Colorbar, which I'm not sure if I've shown you in an empties video or not, but that one is also pretty much gone completely. Like, I don't think I can use it anymore. It won't remove any of my not makeup, it won't remove any of my nail paint that well. I think that these are great, and I got them mainly because I had a Nykaa nail paint, which was like, I don't know which collection that was from, but they had like one that looked like Oreo, like McFlurry Oreo, if you know what I'm talking about. And that one would not come off with like regular acetone with a cotton, so I got this one for that. But I shortly decluttered that McFlurry nail paint because I just did not think that they looked great on me, like that particular nail paint. So I did get rid of the nail paint. I think I gave it away to a friend, I'm pretty sure, because she found it to be really cute as well. Like, literally it reminds you of McFlurry Oreo. And yeah, so then I just used this one and the Colorbar one just regularly. Like, normally when I'm taking off my nail paint, if I'm too lazy, then I will use this, and it did a pretty good job. But I don't think I need it anymore. I can just use regular acetone with like a cotton. I don't need to buy these in specific, so that's why I wouldn't be repurchasing it. But I do think it's a good product. I would recommend it if you are super lazy or you never have the time to take off your nail paint. Maybe you are traveling to work and you want to quickly remove your nail paint on the go because your nails are super chipped. Maybe you could throw this in your bag and just do it on the way to work. No one would really notice or care. Personally, I don't think so. So yeah, that was that. Moving on to this, I actually got this free with a Nykaa order where I ordered a couple of Colorbar products, and I got this free. I would never buy a bottle of like acetone from a like cosmetic brand. I think you get way small bottles and they just don't have enough product, and it's super pricey as well. Like, I will go through a bottle like this maybe in 2 months, honestly, whereas I like get pharmaceutical grade acetone in like huge sizes, and that's what I typically use. I've used that pretty much all my life. So yeah, this one I just got free, so I was like, ठीक है, use कर लेते. It was just like regular acetone, and yeah, that's that. It says it's got protein, vitamin B5, whatever. I'm just not into buying acetone from cosmetic brands. That's just a personal preference for the whole economic aspect of it. But yeah, if you're looking at buying acetone, and Colorbar is cruelty free, so maybe you could buy the Colorbar acetone. Again, I don't know, that's just not my personality, so it sounds a little weird when I say it. Then I also have the Sugandha Centella green tea face wash. Now this bottle looks pathetic, which is why I'm not even going to show it to you. I'm going to just keep it down. But that face wash I used up a long time back. I think I finished up in 2020 itself, but the bottle itself was in my shower for this long, and it looks disgusting right now because it was in my shower for that long. So what I used to do was I used to refill the container with other face washes, and then because it's a pump packaging and the pump is actually very convenient, it's just great to use compared to like a squeezy tube face wash like this, which I will talk about in just a second. But yeah, it's just more convenient to have a pump. You take like 1 or 2 pumps in the morning when you're super lazy and you wash your face with it. So that's the reason it was in my shower for that long. But now I've decided to retire the bottle because A, it looks disgusting, and B, it's just time. So yeah, that was that. But when it comes to the face wash in itself, I think it's a great face wash. For the most part, if you don't find face washes that work for you, I think this is a great one. If you have more normal to dry skin and you have the budget where you don't mind spending a little bit extra money on a face wash, then I do think that, how much was this priced for? Around 700 for 120 ml, which will probably last you 2 to 4 months, I would say, depending on how often you're using it. If you're using it 2 times in a day, it'll probably not last as long, but if you're using it just in the morning like I did, it would probably last a little bit longer. So I think that's a great deal as well, and I would recommend that. In fact, I have recommended it to a couple of people who have normal to dry skin, who say that they don't like face washes with SLS and other like harmful surfactants which can be too drying on their skin. I have recommended that product because I do think it's really nice. Even for me, it was a great cleansing experience in general, but I'm just a little stingy when it comes to spending money on face wash. I am happy with Himalaya, which is like super like Sasta Tikau and stuff. Also, I forgot to mention, my mom's cooking lunch right now, so if you can hear the cooker going off, khichdi ban rahi hai, I am sorry for that. Yeah, anyways, let's cut off that noise and let's talk about some shampoos that I got recently. So I've been trying to find cruelty free shampoos, and I had the Dove one, like a giant bottle, for a long time. So I did use it up relatively, like it's been a while since I've used up that. I've seen it in my empties also a long time back. After that, I was trying to use up the Biotique green apple one as well, which I also bought a long time back. Again, that is cruelty free. Like Biotique is cruelty free, but again, not the best ethics, and you don't know what is in that product. So for that reason, I was like, okay. And then even the green apple one is one that I like, but it's not my favorite. So I was kind of trying to, figure out which my new go-to shampoo is going to be, and that's when I got the Nile shampoos, because these remind me of my childhood in a way, because that's all I used before I discovered Tresemme, before I discovered Dove as well. Yeah, these remind me of like 2nd standard, 3rd standard, up to like 5th, 6th standard, like childhood. So of course, this is not the packaging like when I was younger, way younger. It came in like a rectangle bottle. Now it's more of a trapezium of sorts, like a very elongated trapezium. Anyways, this is the volume enhanced one. It's a black color liquid, and this one is anti hair fall. This is a white color liquid. So these are the two ones that I got, because these just seem to be the versions that I would like, possibly. But again, I've mentioned in the past that I was not the biggest fan of them. So I'll tell you why. I was experiencing a lot of hair fall when I was using them. Like before I was using them, like with the Biotique shampoo and stuff, I did not notice any hair fall. But once I started using these, I started noticing a lot of hair fall. Now I don't know if it was just like internal stuff going on with me, maybe hormones. Again, I don't know if it was the shampoos that were causing the hair fall, or it was something else. Again, I've mentioned even the Garnier shampoo and the Faith and Nature shampoos also caused hair fall for me. So again, I don't know if I just happened to be using these shampoos when I was having hair fall, or if it's the shampoos that are causing it. I don't know. I swear I do not know. But overall, just in general, my experience using them was not the best because of the hair fall. And then these cleansed my hair pretty well, but my hair was not doing well in general, like even in terms of texture. I'll talk about one more hair product. Let me just quickly mention it. This Biotique argan oil hair mask I was also using along with these, and my ends were really messed up because of this, and I'll talk about it in just a second. And then my scalp was also not doing very well while using it, plus hair fall. So it was just not a great experience overall when I was using this. Like, my hair was going through a lot during that time. We have since moved on and my hair hasn't completely recovered, but it's better than what it was earlier. So for that reason, I just don't think I'm gonna go back to them. Like right now, let me just tell you that I am waiting to use up all the shampoos that I have, and then I'm gonna just buy my Tresemme hair fall defense shampoo. I believe that's what that variant is called. And earlier I was just like, should I quit trying to find a cruelty free shampoo and just go back to Tresemme, because back then Tresemme was not cruelty free, but now it is, you guys. Now Tresemme is officially cruelty free, logical harmony certified, which makes me so happy. So now I can buy Tresemme guilt free, which I am really happy about. So yeah, I'm just waiting to use up every single shampoo that I have, including Garnier, including Faith and Nature. Which other shampoo do I have? I think those are the only shampoos I have. And then I will go back to tried and true Tresemme, and then my life will be back happy and my hair will be very happy, hopefully. So yeah, that was that. Again, the Biotic hair mask I've spoken about in a past favorites and flops kind of video, and I spoke about my horrendous experience using it. I don't want to go too much in detail because this just brings back bad memories, which I don't want to remember. So yeah, this just made my hair super duper rough. It also got my hair to like stick together in weird ways, and it wouldn't wash off well. Again, I will try to go and find which specific favorites and flops video I spoke about this in and mention this there. But no, I'm not repurchasing this. I wouldn't recommend anyone to repurchase it. Not happening. This is like a literal products I regret buying, and I think I've even mentioned this in a products I regret buying video. So yeah, that tells you I truly regret buying that. Moving on, next we have some face washes to talk about. I have two right here to talk about. I have the Soothing Cleansing Gel by Kaya, and I have the MAC Caffeine Naked and Raw Coffee face wash. Now both of them I kind of have a similar meh experience with. They are not bad. Okay, neither of these are bad. They're just not life-changing, and I feel like most face washes are just that way. They're just not life-changing. They wash your face, they cleanse your face, and then they are there. Like, you just wash them off. So for that reason, I don't blame the products for my meh reaction. Face washes just get a meh reaction from me, because I'm just like, yeah, your job is to wash my face and then I just wash you off. So yeah, I would say though that the Soothing Cleansing Gel is great if you have a slightly sensitive skin. Your skin gets really red maybe after like washing your face. If you have any skin type, I feel like this will work for you. This particular one I would not recommend for dry skin, because I don't know, in my experience this was just a little, like, it left my face just a little dry after I washed my face with it. But you know, if you go in with skincare immediately after, then it's not really a problem. Again, I have more combination oily skin. That was my experience. If you have normal to dry skin and you use this, it might really strip your skin. Also, MAC Caffeine again is one of those brands that doesn't have the best ethics. So for that reason, I just bought this, because again, I think I was buying something else from MAC Caffeine as well. Or maybe I bought this last year during the Nykaa Hot Pink sale. I honestly don't even remember. It's been a long time since I've had it. But yeah, I had it. I used it up. I'm not going to look back from here. And I don't think I'm ever going to buy anything from MAC Caffeine, to be very honest, because they treat their employees like shit. And I know this from personal experience, not because I have worked there, but a very close friend of mine has worked there. So they treat their employees like shit. They don't think very highly of their customers either, and some of their customers have, not some actually, a lot of their customers have been treated very poorly. So yeah, that was that. This one again, like I mentioned, if you are looking for, you know, something that is more gentle and you don't mind spending a little extra money, again this is under $500. No, it's under 300 actually. It's $290 for 100 ml. So I think that's double of Himalaya. But again, it's not as expensive as like the Sugandha face wash. So yeah, that was that. moving on, next let's talk about these, which are gonna say bye bye for a while, probably forever, but definitely for a while. These are the Lotus Herbals UV Screen Matte Gels SPF 50. Again, these are the last two like backup containers that I had in my collection, which I'm completely done with. I have loved these for a long time, but it's just that for the way my skincare routine is like now, I just don't think that they mix well in terms of texture with my skincare routine. Again, when I had very oily skin, these worked much better. Now that I have more combination normal skin, they can pill up sometimes. Sometimes they're a little bit difficult to, again, apply on top of my skincare, and they don't blend well together. So I have had some issues with that as well, and I mentioned in products I changed my mind about video, this was actually the inspiration for that video. So yeah, I have changed my mind about them. I don't think that they're a bad sunscreen. I still do recommend this to a lot of people who are looking to buy a sunscreen that they can just buy, like just step into a store, buy sunscreen and get out of the store. This is a great option because a lot of other sunscreens that I love, like Dermaco, like Tricone, are available only online, and you have to wait a while before you get them. So yeah, if you're someone who doesn't really care as much about it and you want to buy something that you can buy at a supermarket or a general store, Lotus UV Screen Matte Gel. And also keep in mind your skin type. If it's more oily, you might like it. If you have, like, even though my best friend who is dry skin really likes it, but her skin is just, it's just something else. So if you have dry flaky skin, I wouldn't recommend this. Moving on, next we have the Earth Rhythm Cleansing Gel to Milk with pink pomelo extract. Again, I've spoken about this in best and worst cleansing mom video, and I ranked this as the least favorite for two reasons. It doesn't remove eye makeup. If you want to see, you know, how much of eye makeup residue is still left after using this, and also using a face wash, go and check out my Instagram where I have done a demo. But that being said, this is the most expensive out of a ton of other cleansing balms in that video, and you also get the least amount of products, so it's not the best value for money, which is why I also ranked it pretty low. And again, because obviously if I ranked it pretty low, there are other cleansing balms that I prefer more, so that's why I won't be repurchasing this. But apart from that, it's a really unique product with a unique texture. It's just not something that I feel like is meant for me, because I pretty much like all cleansing, like all first cleanse products, unless and until it does a good job at removing all of my makeup, I'm sold. So for me, the texture, even though it's unique, it's not like I mind any other texture. Like, I can deal with any kind of texture when it comes to product, if the product is doing the job, if it's effective. So yeah, that was that. Moving on to something that I used up very recently. This is the Urban Botanics moisturizer. I've had this for a long time in my collection, but I finally got done with it because A, it comes with a lot of product, B, I don't use this all the time, and I was kind of saving this for a while because I wanted to make sure it lasts long. But now that I'm finally done with this, I don't think I'll be repurchasing it, mainly for the fragrance aspect. I've spoken about how I don't like fragrance in skincare any which ways, but this one has a particularly strong perfumey scent that I'm not the biggest fan of. Let me just say that. Also, it's a lotion texture which I really like, so if you don't mind strong fragrance and if you don't mind perfumey fragrances, then I do really like this, because I think it's suitable for pretty much all skin types. Even though it says it's a mattifying moisturizer, I don't think it's mattifying. It's just not too oily, too dewy. But if you have dry skin, I still think this will work for you. And then you can use a nice sunscreen on top of it as well. And you know, it's not gonna be bad in any way. Like, it's not gonna make your skin extra dry in any way. So for that reason, I think it's gonna work for all skin types as well. But yeah, I just have moisturizers I prefer more, and they're also fragrance free, and yeah, that's that. Moving on, I have one makeup product. I think this is the only makeup product, and this is the Fla Beauty Lash Warrior Mascara. Again, I bought this a long time back, probably 2 years back. I want to say it's been either a year or 2 years since I've had this. Not since it's been open, but since I've had this. And it's also been open for a long time. I guess I've used it for the most part. I don't know honestly, but it's dried up. And the reason why I've decided to put this in my empties and then just toss it away is because A, I don't use mascaras a ton. B, it's been open for a long time. And C, I don't really notice much with this mascara. Now, I don't notice much with any mascara, to be completely honest, because when I do eyeliner like I have today, and if I put on mascara, I barely see my lashes any which ways. I barely see the mascara. The mascara is just coating my lashes, but it doesn't change my makeup look drastically. Like right now, I just have loose powder on my face, eyeliner and lipstick, and if I put on a mascara, I will still look the same. Like you will not notice that, oh, you have mascara on, your lashes look amazing. My lashes, not boasting about myself, but my lashes look the same with and without mascara. So what is the point of having an additional product? Nothing. So yeah, for that reason I was just like, let's use this up, let's get done, and then let's not look back, let's not repurchase it, let's just pay it done. So yeah, if you have very short lashes or very sparse lashes, it might make a difference for you, because I have seen good reviews on that mascara. I just don't have, like, my opinion is not really strong one way or the other. I'm just meh about it. So yeah, that was that. I do have two more things to talk about, but I think we're 25 minutes in, so let's cut it right here. I guess we've been talking quite a bit, so yeah, I'll just include these the next time I do an empties video. But yeah, that's that. Those are all the products that I had to talk about. I hope that you enjoyed this video and some of these reviews were helpful to you. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.